What up? Morning to you. Ugh. Had to get everything situated and stuff this morning. I'm still fighting off a little bit of a cold. I'm about to get set up to do my morning show here in just a second. I'll get the table organized and shit. I've got a bunch of stuff I got to put together. Um, get everything a little bit better organized and stuff. A couple of new things I'll be implementing. Um, Probably after today, I'm changing the name of this show. Instead of calling it the Morning Beta, I think I'm gonna call it Ads Perspective, because the new channel name everywhere for everything, both in, let's see, Facebook page, Facebook group, PSN community, PSN teams. Um, what else? The name of the YouTube channel, my second channel that my wife will be hosting. That one will be set up in the bedroom. And still in the process of getting it working. There's going to be, let's see, what else is there? What else is called Ads Collective? I think that's it. Oh, the new crew for the car shows. There will be a guest crew to help us manage and keep control of who comes to the car shows. Make sure our shows don't get wrecked. Kind of security measure. So that's like YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. We got Twitch. We got Twitter. We got let's see, Twitch, Twitter, and I think that's it. I think I didn't do an Instagram, and I don't have a Snapchat. That's way too much crap to supervise. But I'm also fixed to extend it to a message group on PlayStation here in a little while for the regular attendees of the car shows and shit, to help the people that want to stay connected with those connected to those in said time and shit. And, helps everybody better have a say in how the car shows go. You know what I mean? Like a community based on being able to give responses and shit. You know what I'm saying? I want people to be able to communicate, or if they have any suggestions, comments, what they liked or didn't like, doesn't matter. All opinions are valid. So, and I just want everybody, like, because my car shows aren't just like for me and for you guys, the viewers. It's also for the people attending the car shows. I try to do it like a game show host almost, or like a TV show host. We come pre-prepared. We plan out everything ahead of time, and we make sure that everything is staged. Nothing is by accident. We might have a couple of loose cannons, get stupid every once in a while, and we've had some stuff happen out in public lobbies doing the stuff. But I think since we're going to be doing them in a 4 crew now, and everything will be by invite only or guest only, that'll eliminate that completely. I didn't want to have to do it that way. I wanted to try to, because for the longest time, up to 12 car shows, 12 was really the only one we ever had any problem with like that. But we did 11 others with no incident. Like, it's been going on for a little under a year, probably 8 or 9 months. I've been doing car shows, and kind of off and on. I take breaks here and there to do different stuff. And I think from now on, it'll be every 2 weeks. I figured that's about the average time I need to get, because I can't do them by myself. I do them with the committee. Me and the committee get together and we plan all that shit out and get everything rolling. So that's another thing I got to do. Um, I'm gonna do like all of my morning work in this car show, in this, and what I'm gonna change the name to Ads Collective, and I'm gonna start by getting all my equipment out and getting everything that I use while I stream. My green screen is put up right now, but all I got to do is drop it down behind me, and then everything is at the ready, to do my little uh, live streams and shit when I'm doing gameplay and stuff. But I can start doing the morning show while I organize all the stuff and plan out what I'm going to do for the day. I can set a schedule for myself, because I've also allotted time where I'm not streaming, so I have time to plan, I have time to organize, I have time to make sure that I'm reading everybody's comments, and both within the group, within the communities, within the everywhere. And I've set up my laptop in such a way that from single clicks I can open up multiple pages, so that I can monitor all these things simultaneously and shit. Help simplify things for myself. The more organized it is, the more I'm able to do and keep up with, because I'm not like, I don't have a lot of cash. You know what I'm saying? I'm a family man, 4 kids, wife. Both of us have health issues and stuff, and we're just normal people doing the best that we can. The shit that we have didn't come from money. The shit that we have come from time, patience, taking care of it, fucking, keeping it clean, self-respect, and shit like that. So this whole everything I'm doing is set up to show it doesn't take a lot of money to do stuff like this. It doesn't take a you know, a massive income or equipment or none of this stuff. You can creatively do whatever you want to, as long as you manage your stuff right. And none of these things are outside of anybody else's realm of doing. Everything I do is based on the PlayStation. This right now, I'm using the Playroom to do this live show in my living room. And in a minute, I'll get the banners up and get them streamed up and across and get all of my equipment laid out and shit and get everything going. But everything I do up to there's a new set that I will be doing. And I'll just give you a preview. Nah, I'm not gonna give you a preview, but I'm gonna be doing some extra stuff. I'm gonna be doing some stuff using my phone camera. That will be the only extra piece of equipment that I have ever actually, yeah, that I've ever used outside of the PlayStation. Everything I do comes from the PlayStation, whether the editing process and everything. So any car shows I've ever done or anything that I have ever put up on the channel, it's either a live stream from the PlayStation or it's the Playroom from the PlayStation making this, or it's something that I uh, create in Share Factory or something, which is on the PlayStation. All of my stuff is everything is nothing is ever taken to a PC and edited there ever. It's all done on the PlayStation, and most of those apps and games and stuff are free. So these things are super super easy to all I can do is figure them out. The more you play with them, tinker with them, the easier they become. So with that said, all the new changes, the camera will be the only extra thing I'm throwing into the new stuff. Past that point, it's just gonna be, let's tilt that up a little. Nah, I don't need to yet. Everything is on the PlayStation. Everything is like cheaply, uh, you know, it's uncostly. That's the word I'm looking for. Wire in there. All right. Search you right there. Oh shit! I do wish this thing would let me play music, or they'd at least let me do it on Twitch, so that I can um, play music while I do this. Because that's the only hard part. Like without being in a chat of any kind, I'm basically sitting here talking to myself. Without a chat, there's I'm just sitting here talking to no one, and I'm not sure even if my speech to text is on right now. So I need to check that in a moment. Make sure there haven't been any comments. Yeah, my pieces for my watch should be here this week. Within a week. I got a smartwatch that I use to keep up with a lot of stuff, and I've gotten out of the habit of using my phone. Like, I hated that everywhere I went, everybody was looking at a fucking screen, and it was starting to drive me nuts, man. I saw a couple of little things that kind of not really opened my eyes about it, but just more made me aware of it, I guess. And I've become a little mindful of it. Let's give it this. Leave that for now. Give me this. Yeah, probably should set all this up ahead of time, but gotta do it anyway, so might as well talk and televise while I do it. Keep both me in the mind of what I'm setting up for and keep you guys updated on the channel. The ads perspective thing, the reason that I'm changing it to that is because 90% of what my channel goes over isn't necessarily a fact. It's more of an opinion. It's more of an my opinion is based on that of a father, that of a concerned father at that, because the way things are these days, parents are supposed to be able to trust things like the ESRB and, the ratings systems. That's what most parents rely on for the content that they give their kids. Because like a lot of parents, I don't know, man, maybe it's changing, but a lot of parents these days, they're not, they don't actually play games. They get their kids the games, and they bullshit. They probably play with them and stuff, but they probably don't get into the online content. They don't hear what's going on in their kids' headphones. They don't, it's not really their area. They don't know much about it. They feel out of place in it, or it's just not their thing, and they're not, not all parents are awesome. But, I think parents need to know what the kids are doing, what the kids are playing, and it's not something that you can do where you can just, make an objective opinion. The way the ESRB rates things, they're giving things a certain percentage of like the worst content in the game. It's basically an essay written by the game company. So the people who rate the games never actually play the games. And this to me is more than an unbiased opinion. It's a rating that's given to it from like a third party perspective, and that doesn't make any sense. We're not looking for a third party perspective. Like when they rate a movie, they watch the movie. You know what I mean? So why not when they rate a game, play the game? Don't just take an essay that's written and watch a video of the 45 minutes of the most graphic content in it. That's right. Play the fucking game. Rate the damn thing. You know what I mean? That's just a horrible perspective to set things up from. Gonna go like guest perspective the whole way. No, play the game. Like, think for yourself. Almost set. I need to get that going so I can monitor myself. See if there are any comments. That was my solution to that speech to text thing a while back. Oh, there we go. Look, I had everything all set up, didn't I? Just about. Live. Get me live. Okay, come on now. Am I missing? Thanks. Coffee. Need to make some room for myself. I like to sit on the floor and use all this, man. Feels better on my back. That feels about right. I need a pencil. Alright, so let's check out what's going on in gamer news right now. It's what the gaming headlines are today. Nope. Where's the remote? That's what else I'm missing. I need the remote and the controller. Alright, let's get this stuff off of this screen. Let's get my stuff set up right. And while I'm here, give me Firefox. Alright, cool. Is this thing volume all the way down on this? Good. Top chat. Instead of top chat, give me all chat. Oh, do it again. Damn it. This thing's so touchy because it's still got the cover on it. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Oh my god, you're so annoying. You little bastard. There we go. Live chat. What up, peoples? Oh, okay. This thing is horribly annoying. Cool.
Whatdup.
Whatdup. Okay. Let's go to news. Let's try something else. Let's try gaming news. Give me objects. That is ridiculously loud. So ads collected. I need to redo the pages for you. Let's put this here. Don't want anything in the top. Too much shit. That'll work. Yep. You know what, I'm gonna do it for now. Because that's an old picture anyway. I need to redo that picture. So let's see. This is car show stuff. Page before that, I think, is page stuff to manage. So I need to set overall channel things to do. Yeah, coupled with my new show, the new household thing. I'll give you a little bit more sneak preview on that, dude. I'm not going to tell you the name of it yet because I don't want nobody to jack my idea. But uh, I don't want nobody to jack my idea. But I do want to emphasize some of the things I'll be using. And I'm a dad. Like, and before I moved in here, before about 2 or 3 years ago, I didn't have a lot, dude. I came into this place with nothing, literally nothing. So like everything was put together either by hand or from thrift stores or from, just smart shopping, period. All of my furniture, the multiple couches, and just all of this stuff was either through some kind of deal or Craigslist or thrift store or something. Because I don't have a lot of cash, but I got to make things work. Got 4 kids, got to do your shit. And at the same time, I tried to keep them happy. So so you'd be surprised how much cool shit you can find at the thrift store, man, for kids. Like I found a ton of Nerf guns and lightsabers, and dude, we got all kinds of skateboards. You only see the ones behind me. You only see like what 1, 2, 3, 4, but there's actually 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I got 18 decks in here. Some penny boards, some kick flips, some miniature ones. That one over there is mixed. The one with the D6 on it, the D6 board. It's kind of mixed, man. It's like an old school 80s board mixed with a little bit of a kickflip deck. It's kind of cool. But I want to start incorporating all these things that we've got in the house, man, because I've got a ton of stuff that's fun for kids. Dude, my house is beautiful. You wouldn't think that somebody of my class or my stature lives this way, but like it's actually not that hard. Like it's not hard to be happy with your life and have a lot of stuff that makes you happy, makes your kids happy, and I'm really lucky, dude. I'm really blessed, and I want to share that with everybody, because like a lot of those dad things, a lot of those shows you see or YouTube families that are famous and shit, they were loaded, you know what I'm saying? They got a ton of money, dude. I live in a shitty neighborhood. The inside of my home is fabulous. I fucking these other people you see doing this stuff, dude, they got a ton of money to throw at it. Of course their house is nice and they've got some big fucking mansion with only 2 kids and like plenty of space, plenty of room, no disabilities. They're both pretty and happy and dude, life ain't always like that, you know. But you can make it life like that. Like you're in control of your own destiny, so to speak, and your only limits is the ones that you set for yourself. So I decided I'm gonna start branching out and doing more and incorporating more of my life in it because that's ultimately the goal of my channel. It's not just me hanging out and bullshitting on some video games. It's me showing how, like in this day and age, in this era, as a father, there are things you need to be made aware of, and there's like, I've been good and nothing else up to being a dad. I'm a decent dad, and I want to kind of be an example for other parents, you know, to show that how video games aren't a bad thing. They're just another something that needs to be controlled, you know. So at some points it'll be kid friendly. I'll do stuff with my kids and my wife, and we'll all interact together and stream from the same game. Or it'll just be me and my wife, and you know, modern day uh, dating. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of the reason that a lot of parents and a lot of adults and a lot of people in and around my age or younger play video games is because it enables us to sit here and like monitor our kids and keep up with our kids and make sure that they're happy and taken care of and you know fed, and we're not out running around doing drugs, getting drunk, partying, thinking about ourselves, or just you know trying to get away from them. No, we incorporate them into everything. And I want to show more of that. I want to use. I decided, dude, we got a ton of costumes. We got a ton of masks. We got lightsaber skateboards, Nerf guns, dude. I can customize all kinds of that stuff with just simple art supplies that I've got. Because like all you ever see when I do this is the living room. But at some point, I'm gonna. I figured out a cool little camera setup that I can do with my phone here. And in a few days, you'll see more of my home. Like you'll see how everything is set up throughout the house, and I'm gonna start incorporating more of our costumes and stuff, and like I'm gonna write out a story, and I'm hoping it'll be good. But you know, it was my first time doing this, so it's kind of on the experimentative side. Um, my goal is to try to do it in as short a time as possible, and without losing a lot of time on editing, because I won't be able to like stream the edits for that, because then the episode won't have any. It won't have any. What's the word I'm looking for? Not a secret, but it won't have any um, mystery to it, I guess. Yeah, mystery is a good word. You won't have any, you know, nothing to engage you where you don't know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? Like if you watched it out of order or whatever, it's going to feel out of place. It's not going to feel like a surprise and stuff. So I hear that little thing, but I don't see it. Let's see. Huh. A brief history of blaming video games for mass murder. Yeah, okay, you got me. What's this about? Let's see some videos. You're not going to be able to see them, of course. Yet, anyway, I am actually thinking of getting a projector and putting a display up behind me so that when I do this, you can see what I'm doing here on the laptop. And like I can watch other stuff, review other stuff, and do it from just behind me. And it actually won't take much. I've actually already thought about it. And instead of moving the stuff off the wall and doing it on the wall, instead of just put a drop cloth up above it and then let it drop down and projector, and then I put it back up. I've actually got another one. When kid was here this weekend, I found a white sheet and we hung it up as for the projector in the kitchen, and I was able to put it up in such a way that I was like, there's no need to fully take this down. I can just clip it back up out of the way for when I don't need it, and then unclip it when I do, and use it anytime I want. And so I could do the same thing in theory right here, right there, and it would take nothing more than maybe a shelf or something over there from the front half of the room to project it there. My only thing would be probably how to connect it wirelessly, because I don't like a lot of wires. Like you can't see it right now, but all of the walk space in my living room does not get cluttered up with crossed wires anywhere. Under my coffee table, there's a small extension cord that comes up from underneath the couch, and I've got a small bit of rug right here that I lay over top of it, and actually nice and comfy on my feet. But it goes up under to cover the extension cord that runs up underneath the table so that I can hook up everything I need to without a massive wire spinning around. There's also the same thing on each of these small end tables. I've got all the extension cords and chargers and everything that I need so we don't lack for nothing. In modern day convenience, used to be you didn't have to have a fucking outlet everywhere you went, but everybody's got a phone, everybody's got like devices and stuff, and being able to sit down and need a charge. So I tried to make my living room as convenient as possible for all that stuff. Let's see. A brief history of blaming video games for mass murder. Only a small number of school shootings have been in connections to gaming. Okay, last week, a letter appeared in the Grand Forks Herald expressing sadness about recent school shootings written by a member of the public. The letter claimed that horrid, violent video games are to blame and that any focus on guns is a waste of time. In the past few decades, video games have moved to the center of cultural life, and yet they still carry. This is what I'm doing. Okay, last week a letter appeared in the Grand Forks Herald expressing sadness about recent school shootings written by a member of the public. The letter claimed that the horrid, violent video games are to blame and that any focus on guns was a waste of time. In the past few decades, video games have moved to the center of cultural life, and yet they still carry the stigma of disapproval of being an external force that's at least partly responsible for modern ills, in, including real-world violence portrayed by deeply disturbed young men. So, okay, so apparently I've got something else I've got to take care of real quick, and it's going to interrupt my stream. But you get a generalization of where I'm going, and later on today I'll be streaming more stuff and trying to get a wrap on everything and trying to get everything all communal again. I'm going to open up a couple of messages so I can communicate with everybody throughout all the different places and get a couple of things done. I'm going to send open up a public group for GTA as GTO Collective's crew for the car shows and stuff, and then by probably this evening I'll have everything all my loose ends tied up and everything. Until then, man, you guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, turn that notification thing on, man. Donate if you can, and spread it to everything that you can think of: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere, man. I'm really trying to pick this up and get it going and make this informative for parents and stuff. I'll finish this article tomorrow in the next show, but until then, man, happy gaming and keep them guns up.